Hello friends, this is Rama Sharma here. In the previous video, we done the project setup. Now in this video, we are going to do the Git setup for our project, and also we are going to create a GitHub repository. So where we are going to upload our code, and also we are going to create a branch in which we are going to work next. Like whenever we are going to work on another concept, like we are going to create a feature for this our React Router DOM, so we are going to create another branch. I will assume that you know the GitHub, but if you don't know the GitHub, don't worry. So we are going to do the GitHub in this whole series, and I will explain you the command that I'm running in this whole series. So let's start. To start with the GitHub, you must have Git installed in your operating system. For that, you have to go to git-scm.com website, or you can directly search on the Google about Git and you will get this website. I will also leave this link in the video description. So what is actually a Git? So Git is a version control system. As names define, it's a version control system. So this means that it is controlling the versions of your application. This means that if you have done the code and you have committed the code locally, so it will then you have done another code that will be your second version of the code, and you have done the another commit. So this means that your all the previous codes are saved in your local repository. And what about the GitHub? So GitHub is just for the remote purpose. So they have their servers, and it's just like we are uploading our files to the cloud. So GitHub is a platform, so that is based upon this version control. So it is like a UI type. So upon going to this website, you have to just click here. Like I'm using a Linux, so here I have download for Linux. Otherwise you can click on the downloads, and like it will open, and you can choose your any version or any window for that, such as Mac OS, Windows or Linux. So any operating system you can choose. I have already installed the Git, so I don't have to install it. So you just install the Git by clicking on this download button. Also, you should have a GitHub account created. So just go to github.com and there create a account. So we are going to create a repository here. So for that, what you have to do, so just go to your profile, or just you can do github.com/new. So when you will go here, after creating the account, then you will get one interface where you will create the repository, and here choose an owner, and after that add the repository name. Currently I am adding the repository name as create your own React Router DOM YouTube video, and I'm going to make this private for now. Or let's make this public. I will share this link in the video description. Now just click on create repository. So this will create a repository for you, and here you have the code so that you have to run. Now what this code is, now we have created the GitHub repo here. Now what we have to do, so first of all we have to initialize the GitHub repo using git init, and if you want you can add the remd.md file. So md file means that it's a markdown file, so where you can write the markdown language, and you can write any readme about your whole project, and then you have to commit it, and after that we are going to create a branch, and that branch will be our main branch, and after that we are going to add the origin, so that will be the origin of this repository, as we are doing this all with the help of git. So till this one everything will be inside our local, in the local machine. But if we want to share the code with others to make this code open source, then we have to add the remote. So that's why the GitHub is created. If you want to share your code with someone other and you want to make it open source, and this code should remain there with the Git, such as with all the features of the Git, so where you have all the versions of your things, like whenever you create the version, so you do a particular commit here. So we are going to see it. So let's see. So we are here. So to check Git, if you have installed the Git or not, so you just have to type a Git. So then it will come like this one. That's it. So first of all, what is our first thing? So first of all, we have to initialize our Git repo. So what this will do, so this will create a .git folder, git init. Just type this. So you have to go to the root of your project and then you have to type this. Now you can see that here we are getting initialize empty git repository, and this one is our whole folder name, and you can see that here we have one folder, so that is .git folder, but we are not going to see the .git folder here because that one is the hidden folder. Now here you can see that we are using the master as a default branch. Here our branch comes, so that is a default branch. You are wondering like how this is coming here. So I have one extension installed, so that is git lens. So you can install this extension. Otherwise, I think in the basic VS Code also, so now this feature is there. Where you can see the repo here, your branch here. Now we are on the master branch, and this star means that we haven't committed the code. We haven't committed the code, and we haven't staged the code here. And you can see that all are greens here, and we have U here. So this means that this one is untracked. So this one are the untracked by the GitHub. So here what we are going to do. So first of all, let's commit it and let's create a branch then. So first of all, to commit it, we are going to write git add dot. So this, what this means that, so we are going to add all the files in our .git folder. But before that, let's learn about this git ignore. So what this git ignore means? .git ignore files means that, so here like I have mentioned non-modules. So we have a non-modules there. So this means that this folder is not going to upload on the GitHub. So that's why we are going to use the, we have this git ignore here. So like not only the GitHub, as we are doing it locally for now because we haven't set up the remote repository here. So that's why, means when you are going to commit the code, your non-modules are not going to commit in the code. So these are not going to be saved in your this current version. So just type git add dot to add all the files, to track all the files, means to make all the files available to the git, and press enter here. Now you can see that we have A here. So what this A means that? A means that it's added. These files are added here. Now how you can check that, like which file is added? So for that we have a command, so that is git status. So when you will add this, when you will type this command and press enter, you can see that these are all the files which are being saved in this our .git folder. So these are all the new files. Now just type git commit. So we have to stage these all changes, means we have to save these all changes those we have done in the particular version. So this means that like if it is a version control, it will create a version of your application. So that version we are going to create. So that is git commit -m. -m means we have to pass the message, and in the double quotes we are going to pass the message. Let it be initial commit all project setup. That's it. Now it created these all the files in your local .git folder, so it is having the metadata for this one. So now how to check that, like how many versions of our applications are there? So for that you have to just type git log. So when you type git log, you can see that we have did one commit. So this means that, so this is your first version of your application, and currently you have one checkpoint of your application. So it is done in this date, and the commit message is project setup, and this one is the author and the email. So this one is done locally for now. Now let's change the branch. To change the branch, I'm going to do git branch, and here I'm going to add -m. -m means, so this will be my main branch. So this master, so when you are going to like create any another branch, so there we pass something like -b, so that creates the new branch. But here we are passing -m to make it a main branch. So this will replace this master branch to the main branch. Done. Now you can see that we have just the main branch and there is not any master branch. So that's great. So now the thing we have to do, now we have done everything. So we have created the version of our application here, and we have committed our all code. So this means that our code is saved now locally. Now I can do any work, and then later on I can save my second version of the application. But this is done locally. Now I want to share my code and I want to upload this on the internet. Not to deploy this on the internet, but want to upload this on the internet. So now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to set up my remote origin here. So I've created this repository. So I'm going to copy this code and I'm going to add the origin. Just paste this code. I have to do it again. Just paste the code again and press enter. Now you have added the remote origin. Now your GitHub repository, like your this project is connected with the GitHub repository that you created on the GitHub. But if you don't know like if this repository is connected or not, like example, you created a new project and after a month you are thinking that you have a doubt if this my repository is connected with the GitHub or not, this project is connected with the GitHub or not. So to check that, you have to type command git remote -v. So you can see that we have the origin here, and after that the origin is this link. So this is done for both fetch and push. So fetch means you can fetch the whole code or whole your version control of your application. In this one, all the versions you can fetch, and you can push the particular version or you can push the changed code to the GitHub also. Now we have to do last thing, so that is git push origin main. So this will push the code to your remote repo. So it's taking time. Yeah, now you can see that it's creating the objects and it is doing something here, and after that it is compressing the objects and it is writing our objects, and then it is pushing the code to the branch. It created the new branch, so that is the main branch. Let's go back and let's refresh this page. So that's it. We have a project online here, and you can go here to the commits, and here you can see, so this one is the project setup that we have done, and this one is the same hash that we got in this one. So you can see that here we have 224D422. Here also we have 224D422. So this is the same hash. So this means that the version that we have created locally, we just push that on the GitHub. And here you can see all the branches as well. Currently we have only one branch. So for this video, that's it guys. We have done the GitHub setup, and you also got to know about the GitHub. and I will tell you more about the GitHub in my upcoming videos as well. So for now, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next tutorial. Yeah.